All right, so it's a whole phenomenon, basically renovation of you know housing complexes, apartment complex, this sort of stuff. Obviously, they show you fucking little pieces of this, and the motivation is obviously the deep down motivation is like I want to reduce emissions. Just you don't need to mix that shit up. Reduce what are you talking about? Reduce emissions, bro. Zero energy, bro. They just play that card. It's like we're gonna fucking vibe with that. In Lithuania, it's a little bit different. All right, we're poor people. We can't do this shit, but you can try. There's gonna be some murders happening because I want to go back to insane asylum because fuck this shit. All right, I'm not gonna see bank accounts dry up. All right, and I have to convince my mom to do a similar thing. Basically, she just wants to like go to the bank and take a loan for the rest of her life. Basically, like this is not okay. They're literally picking our pockets and making our house prettier, and nothing happens. It's like, are you kidding me, bro? It has to be useful. It has to make sense. The only thing that makes sense is building new houses, and if we like them, then we're gonna move there. That's it. And you can empty a house, convince people to empty a house if the house is empty. You can change it the way you want. Buy it up, change it. You can pick our pockets if we're willingly giving money for the cause, for some charity. You can collect taxes, which government already does, and just do that thing. But instead, you get a fucking piece of paper. Everyone's gathering. They have to fucking talk about it. They have to put together the shit. So this little piece of shit house complex turns into this. Oh, you just put a layer of shit. Alright? Oh, you just changed a few things here and there. How fucking cool is that? Is it actually gonna make a difference in my life? What difference is it gonna make? Alright? I'm just surviving, bro. This is some deadlands we're living in. And you wanna pick pockets? Are you fucking kidding me, bro? I think graveyard. I think we need to build a new graveyard for all the idiots that are gonna be sucked into the purge. Every country is gonna be attacked differently by the same enemy, basically. But we will have to defend it. I don't think this is happening across the fucking Europe, but Europe is now pending doom. Basically, we had a apocalyptic shit going down in China with the lockdowns, with COVID being ridiculously strict. Then the Russians decided to start a little bit of a fucking war. Somehow it's kind of mild, I would say, but imagine you get, a notification from Putin of like, oh, go to Ukraine and kill yourself. And it's like, what do you do? What do you do, bro? And so in Europe it's going to be exactly the same fucking premise with a different sort of twist. So this is a very interesting glimpse because we got a notification now. Like this makes no sense. Like if you divide the amount of money it's trying to collect, which is this much, and for some reason the number of households was 55, you get 33,000 per apartment, which is literally how much it cost to buy two, I think. You can buy two of them for that much, maybe three. So what the fuck is going on? Just build a new house, boys. Again, it's okay to have emptying houses and we moving around from a shitty place to a better place. If it improves our lives, we're gonna do it. Build a business. Europe is the best place to build a business if you know how to fucking talk to people, that's it. If you have a translator of some kind, if you get comfortable, build businesses. Absolutely. You can probably live a pretty good life, eat good food, whatever. There's variety, absolutely. And but when you do this shit, when you just force something down our throats, I mean, people do concede to this ideology, and the more people concede, the more it's easier to convince other people of like, look, these guys did that. You should do that too. And the funny thing is, they're voting, right? They're voting. They want out of those 55 households, they want 29 of them. All right. So this above average, pretty satisfying number when it's above average of votes, but it's not how it works. All right, you can't just decide to kill someone because people voted for it. There's some moral problems going on, and in this case, it's not murder; it's stealing. Oh, we're just gonna vote to steal people's money. Steal equal amount of people's money. There's some rich people maybe living here, there's some poor people living here. Let's fucking tax them equally. That is the most ridiculous thing you can do. All right, not only government, again, collects taxes and has to create these projects out of their pockets when it's available, when it's convenient for people, when people really want it to renew their house because for good reasons. It has to come from their pocket. Technically, the government is sponsoring certain type of people. The keyword, you get free heating. Free heating, what does that mean? I can freely set their apartment on fire? Who gets free heating? Fucking old people? Why are we always sponsoring old people? Why did they get pensions and all that fucking crap that just drags our countries down? Just old people. It's a threat to humanity, all of a sudden, old people. The greatest threat of all time. Why? Because we're not putting pressure on them. We put pressure on them, they die from COVID. All right? They die instantly, bro. We say hi to them, they die. All right? That's all we have to do right now, is just talk to old people. So they die faster, because they will realize, oh shit, I don't belong here anymore. Sucking off, big government or whatever. And making it even bigger. Because it likes it so much when it gets sucked off. I mean, this is the only solution, basically. Kill all old people. Because they're useless. They're not here to live, they're here to die. They're just here to sit back and relax and die. Life is so much more than that. Go to the next life. Thank you. Thank you, next. Next life. Alright? But if we create some stupid religion, stupid behavior, if we reduce the pressure of society, all of a sudden, we're gonna have weird problems like that. Just a lot of weird problems. Old people killing us now. How convenient. Alright, yep. So, everyone's complaining about this, new generation thing where you can't afford a house. Yeah, I have decided on that one, but why are we getting kicked out of our homes that we already bought? Think about it. Very convenient. Now that the housing prices are going up, it's very convenient to kick people out, right, into the streets if they can't pay to renew their house, because they have to be beautiful and have zero emissions. Absolutely. Who is that gonna benefit? If it doesn't benefit me, you're not gonna force it down my throat. It's just how it works. You just allowed nature to take place. And if you don't allow nature to take place, something else will take place. Karmic consequences, hell on earth is going to take place. Well, the next phase of apocalypse clearly wants to take place right now. Clearly. We're just around the corner. And what's the European crisis going to look like? I can't wait to see. I bought so much popcorn. But it's now happening in fucking my household. So, it's absolutely convenient now for me to talk to old people because they have housing too. If someone dies, there's a 1% chance they leave the room to me because I talked to them or whatever. Because they really cared to, secure my future and all that stuff. so I can move there instead. Whatever happens, basically. Because again, they get free of charge $30,000, bro. 30,000 euros. What are we talking about, bro? Free of charge for old people. Man, I wish I could live like that, bro. I wish I could live like that. Again, this is speculation, unfortunately. I'm just dividing the number based on the information that I have. I don't have accurate information, so we're gonna research. You know, what's going on around here? What are we talking about? Another thing, obviously, double mention, Ukraine is getting to NATO, right? And they want to get into NATO. When? How? You know, when the war's gonna be over? Just give it up. Just move to different locations. You shouldn't have shitted out a bunch of people if you have nothing to offer. I would take a Ukrainian girlfriend, no problem. Alright? I'll take that. I'll take some of that. Russia and India and the rest of the fucking Kazakhstan, Shiknistan, basically, is kind of like poor-ish countries that really know how to trade. Alright? So I'm pretty sure Ukraine is one of those countries that knows how to trade human beings. Alright? I want some of that. Because they're like desperate. Alright? They need housing, they need help. And we couldn't take advantage of them? Excuse me? Bruh, defend your fucking country. I don't care. But I really want to go to NATO, bro. What if you had to defend your country? I don't know, bro. Who wants to attack my country, basically, is the question. There's probably a very good reason why Russia wants to attack Ukraine. Alright, not because of NATO. There's none of that shit. It's the assimilation of culture. Like, the difference of culture between Lithuania and Russia is, like, pretty big. The Russians want to assimilate here so they could fucking grind our self-esteem, and it's sort of working. There's a lot of old people speaking Russian. It's like, I don't understand that shit. It's kind of disgusting. It's another reason to just attack old people. There's plenty of reasons. Alright? Basically, I'm organizing crime. But this organized crime is going to be so organized that it's not crime anymore. You know, just like, you know, these people in suits create organized crime. You can say that easily. These fucking people, they gather around and they organize crime. Because they don't give a fuck, right? The moment you don't give a fuck and you gather a group of people who don't give a fuck, they just want to do something and force people to do something, well, you have certain spice of slavery, basically, going on. Certain spice of force, of, you know, like, creating a wave, basically, of changing people's lives, again, by force. And we had waves like that, you know, people get called for military. Maybe we don't want to fucking protect our country. Oh, what's gonna happen? They have to attack first, bro. They have to threaten us. If it all comes out of nowhere, you know, whoever wanted to go to military, we all fucking unite and kick their ass. Because no one wants being backstabbed right now, especially when we have all this technology. Like, we're gonna easily unite and disarm aggressive fucking countries, right? But right now we can't even disarm France, so what are we talking about, right? Like, we morally cannot disarm people from creating riots and all that shit. We just kind of allow it to happen. And now we're just spicing things up so much that there's plenty of reasons to create riots on both sides, basically. It's kind of nonsensical stuff. We need conservative leadership. We cannot lean to the left in this country because we're poor. And poor people, well, we gotta farm. We gotta harvest resources. We gotta have to conserve our resources. That is the word. Conservatism. We have to basically survive the bad days, the blackout of human fucking consciousness that is happening here that these people don't fucking understand because they don't have leaders. Is this your fucking leader? He's gonna have a heart attack in like 2 hours of a conversation with me. A fucking heart attack. He would just fucking die in front of my eyes. Lose consciousness at least. Wake up in a fucking hospital. Hooked with a bunch of fucking Matrix shit. Like this ain't no joke, bro. If you sit here and listen to some old people, I mean, you're dying just as fast. These are deadlands. This is the name of our actual country. All right, you can spice it up and call it, whatever you want it. It's deadlands. We're next to Russia, basically. We're just, one border away from allowing people to get into wilderness, to a wilderness and prison next to where places next to India, right? These are prison. And up there in Russia, it's wilderness because there's so much land and it's very thinly populated. All right. So these people have to be like really intense, beast type of people. And I know that they have to be narcissists. So what do you do with all this land, right? You just occupy as much land as possible. So, Russia has this sort of narcissism. They felt like, oh, fuck it, Ukraine can go back to Russia, for some reason. Who knows, man? It's internal problems that we don't understand. If you're gonna tell yourself that you know Ukrainian fucking how Ukrainians operate, like the best thing we can do is listen to their Eurovision songs. I will do that. I will give you the clues, but just because you have the clues, you still have to believe the clues that you have them, and you cannot just prescribe your own medication, basically, to pretend that you know the problem and the solution to the problem. Again, Ukraine is not. It's not a friendly country. There's a big reason why you just don't add a thing like that into NATO with the snap of a fingers. We can buy their land, we can buy their stuff, we can create new rules of how countries operate and how they manage each other. If we want to expand countries, we have to, change the rules of how things work. So we should propose, to Russia, like, how do we do this? How do we compromise? How do we sell you guys Ukraine? Because it's very difficult to defend it. We're going to waste a lot of money doing so. You have to compromise. But whatever. And if they don't like the compromise, well, you have to start collecting data on them and threaten them just as much. Now you have to, you will be able to prepare yourself. But because, we cut communications, now people kind of do whatever they feel like. Back to the, monkey does what monkey wants, ages basically. Whatever you feel like, fuck the government, no need. Let's throw it in the trash. And the only thing the government is going to do is propose idiotic rioting, amplifiers. So let's dig deeper. Because my mind is racing. As you can see, you might not be able to catch me racing here. There's a lot of subscribers here. People want the news. People want the online news now. But they cannot talk to each other. And this is not a lot of views, but the whole channel, I believe, is comment, avoidant. And channels like these, I don't know how they're legal. Like, technically, you would think the obvious choice, because it's a news channel, you don't want to allow propaganda to take place. That's it. That's what makes your arguments weak. If you don't allow propaganda and you just break down propaganda, you're just weak. You can come down, you can order a person to come down to the comment section and just tear down propaganda, just have responses or whatever. If you cannot do that, unfortunately, you have to just give in that someone else has better ideas. But if you turn off the comments, well, now we know what's going on. Now this is the real censorship. The real censorship is just not. There's no platform. There's no platform for us to talk to, with each other. There's no place where we can get an agreement going on. There's nothing. It's a wasteland. That's censorship. That's the maximum level of censorship you will ever have, bro. All right? In Europe, we have such a high level of censorship. You have no idea, bro. You have no fucking clue what I'm talking about. When I'm saying high level of censorship, you have no idea, bro. Not only we have so many languages that don't interact with each other. All right, we like traveling, but we don't care. But we're also censoring sometimes. I speak English, and people ask me, like, to speak Lithuanian because I'm Lithuanian. That's censorship. That's indirect censorship, where, like, if I don't speak English, I'm not able to push information into the open for the rest of the world to understand. Just keep the affairs within our country, all right? We're gonna deal with you, basically. It's a very, very painful censorship. And, yeah. Learning languages is pretty fucking difficult. But then you have this. We're also just, angry people. So we don't want drama to spread like wildfire. Oh no, that would be pretty bad if drama spreads. If people have voices, oh my god, bro, we're smart people, so gonna come up with some kind of crazy propaganda anyways. We can't allow that to happen. That's the third layer of censorship, boys. 3 layers of censorship we have. How many do you guys have? All right? In fact, I'm so confident in creating a cake, which usually contains 4 layers. So I'm confident I'll find the 4th one. No big deal, boys. All right, no big deal. We're gonna find the 4th one. All right, 4th layer of censorship. What could it be? What could it be, boys? Basically, it sort of comes down to the language that we use, right? And here's how. Just by splitting languages, you all of a sudden have, and splitting the countries into like small pieces, now we have a very peculiar setup, which I will try to explain. Yeah, you might look into Russia and fucking China and be like, oh shit, they have dictatorship. Alright, we have censorship though. We have no ability to create leaders that like truly speak our minds. We can't truly express ourselves properly. This sort of shit will have to change. We have the internet to do so now, which is why apocalypse is happening. We have to make another big change in our lives, and only people who truly find that change within themselves, they will be able to, emit the right energy, make the right moves, and squeeze out that special outcome where we all decide, to stay indoors, to buy cheaper food. And in this case, the solution is also going to be very simple. All right? It has to be a very simple solution, no matter what. All right? If you have the solution, I will still survive even if I have to move. But moving makes me kind of in a killer mood because, like, I'm pretty comfortable the way I am. I don't see there's a problem of some kind. You can potentially fix the problem as a part and not as a whole, As a whole, putting a layer of shit on a house, making it look prettier, it's not a problem solving. It's absolute madness. It is just absolute madness. So, let's see what we have here, right? I actually coupled 2 things into one thing and just reminded you guys that we have no platform to talk. We're stuck, mental, and angry, wanting to unleash propaganda, We create propaganda basically because we really need something. We really need a change, at least in our personal lives. Propaganda can turn into a vicious propaganda that the entire government wants something, but we can dethrone government. All right, we can destroy it. We cannot destroy individuals that easily. If they need something, there's probably a real need somewhere. We have to respect individuals quite a bit if they're a part of society. I'm not really a part of society, so I'm just like observing things. I'm lurking around and hoping that people need something. I'm really hoping, because they have to see the full picture to start needing things. So I could spread my propaganda, but I will be quickly shut down because nobody resonates or understands. But here we go. So we speak different languages and prefer not to speak English. So it makes things very confusing. If there's an international language, you better fucking jump on it, or you'll be asking for a lot of trouble. But hey, a cake of censorship has arrived, and it tastes pretty good. And so the propaganda and no platform. What is the fourth thing that just to spice things up? You know, we have European Union, we have NATO. We're sort of like united and divided at the same time. We even were forced to basically change from our currency to euro, and everything became so much more expensive that I can't comprehend. Back in my day when we had our own currency, like, I don't understand. I don't understand. But I do understand. European Union is a way for scammers to just flourish, you know. United basically united groups are capable of turning against you, and you will have no self-defense because they talk internationally. They pretty much talk most major languages, most powerful languages in Europe, basically. And so they can just scam the shit out of you. They can turn your shit upside down. And we have literally no self-defense. We're smart, but if we're not organized, we cannot, defeat this United Nations bullshit. But European Union, like, again, flipping something into euros, all of a sudden we lose the ability to trade. We lose the ability, our own currency, right? If we have pretty good reputation, there's no need to switch to euro. But now there's a need to switch to just token system in general. Some kind of fucking not electronic based, but electronically enforced token system. So it's like you have bitcoins, but you also have physical bitcoins, and they sort of have to like match. All right, and if you're trying to spend too many bitcoins, well, the system is not going to recognize that you're allowed to do that. You can have physical things, but yes, because of the system will try and recognize it. Like, well, you do have physical things, so you can. They're probably just lesser value because you've spent it all. It's a weird thing. Like, I can tell you guys have 3,500 tokens or whatever, but physically you would get like 5,000 tokens. You can't spend it all, but you have to have a physical reference on how much stuff you have, so you're just completely safe. You know, you're double as safe, and we're supposed to sort of match and like ask you to like hand over the extra. We have to ask you. You know, we cannot take that away. We have to ask you, please hand over the extra thing that we gave you by. And again, if you have more, we have to send you tokens. You know, over time, you get sent some tokens. money, whatever, right? We have to have physical currency, but we also have to have reference on the. Why do we need that? So you can spend money digitally. All right, that's the whole point. Digital spending. That you can do that. You can click. You spent your money. You don't have to physically send money. You just have to hand it over to the government when you have spent it. You know, you've spent your money. You hand over the money that you spent. That's it. And we can even check whether we can trust people. There's a little bit of surveillance going on here, but we don't need to fucking force it to the max. So there's a solution for that, guys. I can just shit out solutions for some reason. All right, while I'm still alone in the shadows, like, what kind of power level I have? I don't know, man. You test my fucking arm wrestling skills, bro. Because this shit is... I have not been tested yet. I have not found a match that cares about my superpowers, you know. Puts them to a limit. I have not found that yet. Alright? It would be a pretty interesting thing to do. As long as it doesn't fry my brain. As long as people, like, truly respect me and the capacity that I have for helping people, right? Where were we? Yeah, so token system. Very cool stuff. Again, we have to respect the physical thing, and we have to respect the ability to spend money digitally super fast. And you can hoard your money in your thing, but if you spend it, you have to, like, hand it over. You have to show honorable behavior. Otherwise, you know, your possession might get taxed a little bit more. But for the next purchase, next time you want to spend money, you know, it's not like gonna be taxed because we can find solutions to everything, bro. This is so fucking easy for me. And again, I'm just like, when am I gonna be tested, right? When are we gonna implement new things instead of doing bad solutions to bad problems? There's no global warming problem. Forget about that part. Alright? Unless the world is on fire, it's not gonna fucking help that we're avoiding something, you know? Oh, the thing we're avoiding right now is this armed robbery, you know? So you have to walk with iron armor, you know? We're just avoiding armed robbery. But if it's not happening, it's actually inviting armed robbery to just challenge you, basically. To just mock you. And if people don't want to do it, they're just going to mock you because you're walking with iron armor. And you had to pay for it, potentially. It's a very similar thing here. We're trying to protect ourselves from something that we just invented. We just invented this problem. You know, this global thing, global warming... What are we talking about? It has to become a problem. It has to become a problem. Then we're going to be like, oh shit. Our hand is on a stove. The stove is very hot. We're going to move the hand away. We're going to stop doing that thing that we're doing. But because science is so vague and it's trying to create all these interconnected nonsense, we're just like, oh, if a cow farts, it emits CO2. If CO2 gets emitted, it collects into the atmosphere. If atmosphere collects a bunch of CO2, it creates a shield from the sun. If sun gets shielded, then it actually passes certain rays that start bouncing around. Like, science has invented so many things that are just impossible to actually test for. It's impossible, bro. What the fuck are we talking? It just bounces around and makes it hotter. And now it's like, oh, look, there's fluctuation and we can take temperatures from different places and it's like, it's different, guys. Where's the problem, bro? Where's the find the problem that we're trying to solve here? Instead of creating a problem. Because we're all lazy and bored. You know? So we have shitty solutions to shitty problems. And we just kind of create those problems because we're bored and we're like looking for them. desperately to find something to do. There's plenty of problems. You have to figure out how to talk to each other first. Figure out how to break down this fucking censorship. So, individual countries are vulnerable to abuse of organized technically organized or collective governance, you know. Is that a word? No. Now it's a word. Yeah, like, we, as a little country, you feel like you're completely powerless, you have nothing to talk to, you're just gonna submit to the greater power. You know, we submit to EU and we hoping that good things are gonna happen. Not so quickly, you know, now they're gonna try and fucking collect their governance and come up with some bullshit things to do, some abusive things to do first. You know, abuse comes first, then the nice things happen. You know, abuse comes in a form of, oh, you cannot use your currency, you're gonna use euros now. Oh, oops, everything's more expensive now. Oh, oops. Alright, there's less job opportunities, maybe? Because we don't give a fuck to create more jobs, even though everything's getting more expensive. Alright. And now this thing is like, well, let's just pickpocket, because zero energy, guys. Zero emissions. You will emit less CO2 by having a nicer house, or whatever. Normally, the idea I've seen on top of the houses, they put, you know, the wind things, spinny things, and, you know, the solar panel thingies, which is not as relevant as you'd think. So, in providing energy, it's just a fluff. Alright, it's just like putting fur in here and saying like, well, it's a cuter little house. It's gonna attract more nice people or whatever. You know, it's helpful. Trust me, guys. We just add fur. You just have to pay for it, though. So decide. The funny thing is, you know, now it's war. It's war against the entire complex of people who live here. This whole apartment, let's imagine that it's where I live. Now I'm at war with every single person who even dares to think it's a good idea. I have to convince them otherwise now. Slowly and surely, start conversations, basically try and convince them otherwise. I mean, I'm the dude who wants to beat up censorship. I dig it out of its grave. Now it's here. It wants to be defeated. Except I don't offer anything because I'm also poor. Alright? If I was like a rich person digging shit up, I would have to take responsibility for what I dug up. You know, like Elon Musk buying Twitter means that he wants to deal with Twitter problems. He wants to own Twitter fully, right? So he has to deal with problems as well. He will lose reputation because of that. People will not invest into his companies anymore if he has stocks somewhere. You know, but for me, I have no choice. I dig things up. It doesn't matter what those things are. They're just random to me. But this time I have to like fight back all of a sudden and take responsibility. This is not how it's gonna work. I have to weaponize my mom to do it, and everyone else is just gonna get a bad attitude from me. Just strictly, you're gonna die if you're gonna fucking vote for this shit. You're just gonna die. One way or the other, you're gonna fucking die, bro. It's not a threat. It's a threat to my life. So I'm just saying, like, you putting me in a corner, in a very uncomfortable position, I will have to defend myself. It's always that way. It's always self-defense. But people put you in that position and they say that you're threatening them when you're threatening self-defense? Self-defense is not a threat, unfortunately. And if someone has to be sacrificed just to send a message because people don't fucking understand. Alright? If you don't understand, someone might have to be sacrificed. So you do understand. We did send a message, finally. Assassin's Creed is back, baby. We need to send a few messages across Europe, Why not? Yeah, even if I go to insane asylum, you never know what the outcome is going to be, because they're not going to kill me. And I have influence. Alright? So, even if you put someone into jail, into insane asylum, the talks will spread. People will find the content. They're gonna suck it up like vacuum cleaner of like, oh, it's my content, alright? It's my ideas. So even if I get banished to some extent, doesn't mean that my work is not gonna work itself, even if I fucking die and move on to the next galaxy far, far away from this nonsense that killed me, basically. Because whatever kills me, like, fuck it, man. I don't want to be here anymore. If something kills me, I'm not stuck here on Earth anymore. And you guys gonna just have to rot alone. Alright, because I haven't seen friendly people, alright, who are willing to, love and listen and all that shit. Bare minimum. Alright, bare minimum just to survive, just a pity point here and there. It's nice, but you don't know what you're doing. I'm collecting those pity points and doing extra things. Like, in jail system, you're finding a way to craft a weapon, right? You taking this thing and that thing, and you're slowly crafting a weapon, slowly crafting like a force to be reckoned with. So that someone walks into your place, they have to face a lot of fears. All right? There's many ways to craft weapons. They don't have to be physical weapons or psychological weapons. It can be a mix of a whole nother level, basically. So, don't worry, guys. There is no escape. There is no escape of just like, oh, let's just banish a person. I can do that too. I can just raise my hand and you're banished. I can say that. And guess what? It's going to be way more effective than your prolonged banishment of like, okay, we have figured out that this person did that, so he's going to have a six months notice until he's, in court and all that shit. Like, good luck, bro. Or just investigate. What if I do that in secret? Because assassins, they want to live in the shadows. I'm a shadow person who doesn't want to be a shadow person, so just so you know, this is the reason why I'm so honest, is someone else is going to do it for me. Alright? Someone else is going to be a school shooter, someone else is going to be an assassin, someone's going to take the job, because they're just dead inside. They have nothing better to do, and I'm just a spokesperson for the shadows, for the demons that you're about to unleash on yourselves. I'm just gonna send the word of encouragement to whoever fucking cares. Alright? If you care, whoever you are, I'll encourage whatever behavior that doesn't hurt me. Because I'm very, very selfish right now, seeing how other people are just as selfish and ignorant and pathetic, and they don't want to learn anything unless it's by force. Alright, so by force, alright, that's fine. So let's investigate. We definitely investigated so much content, like two minutes of content, and we have nothing to talk about. Just like these people who just sit there and they have nothing to talk about. There's just an old man with a fucking laptop. It is kind of funny that Cyrix is sending me a dollhouse, because it's never a coincidence. That's how it works. They're just dolls to me. Then I'll have to interact and scare the shit out of them. If they think they can just live a normal life around me. They can't. And they can't do it without me either, unfortunately. Because I don't want to just disappear. I have nowhere else to go. Alright, someone's gonna have to live with me. Somewhere. And I have to be happy, otherwise I will bleed influence that you have never seen before. Like, seriously. the only thing that matters is just absolute freedom to sort of not have to worry about crazy things happening in the world. That the freedom from stress and anxiety and all these fucking nasty things that would bother you and make you dive into insomnia, basically not know what to do in life. Like all these things that knock you out, you should be free from that. You should be freed up instead of like, oh, you have to look into this news thing, into this other thing. I'm not saying people have to talk to each other, but they have to, send the message of how they feel about certain things. If they don't want to use internet, let me know. If they would love to use internet, but they need training of some kind, I need to know. We need to know information. We need to exchange information between each other instead of just fucking sitting here and staring at an old person who's just stealing life for the fun of it, because he's just dying on the fucking chair, bro. So let's investigate a little bit further, because this is very interesting. We only have 15 minutes. I don't want to sit here and marinate in nonsense. But if I spend 1 hour already explaining how deep it goes, the rabbit hole goes, I have nothing else to say, bro. This is not a bullshit episode. This is just a random video. Right? If it was a bullshit episode, we go extend to 2 hours. Again, the purge is created by these old people, who just speak their mind. It's like, it's completely harmless, guys. By old people sucking off the government as we have to pay taxes to make them accommodated. And it's unacceptable. Alright? Like, old people suck up a lot of energy from society. You have no idea. The reason why we didn't live that fucking long back in the day is because old people are extremely expensive to society. Extremely, bro. You have no idea. I am expensive to society because I suck up money, but I pay back with work. Alright, I'm trying to be useful. By all means necessary, I'm not marinating in a fucking in my bed. Alright? My bed is for fantasies only, to meet with celebrities only, alright? In my bed. That's where it happens. My mom, I don't know what the fuck she's doing. She has no energy to fucking argue with anything. She just wants to take the evil side first. Side with the evil as fast as she can. Whatever is the most powerful thing that she can come up with, she's just gonna join that force. And I don't fucking understand that shit. That behavior. Alright? Yeah. Old people are trying desperately to get respect, to just hold on to their lives, which they don't fucking deserve to have. You just move on. You've wasted your life. Go to the next one. We should just be living 40 plus years, around 60 years. Alright? We get 50 years to live a proper life. And when we hit our 60s, now we have to question if life actually makes sense anymore. Alright? Now we have to put stress on ourselves and ask ourselves, does it make sense to live another day? Alright? So yeah, I'll go to the streets and I will start talking to old people, and that's a fucking threat. This is not self-defense anymore. Alright? I just want to have fun, hoping that my words can kill. Alright? Just testing how deep my words can go. How deep a confrontation with an old person, how long are they gonna hold on to their lives? It felt like when I went to UK, I had an old person as a friend, but slowly we dived into a very toxic relationship, and that old man immediately got cancer in his ass. An asshole he was when we realized who he is. Alright, but now I'm 10 times faster in realizing and being suspicious over old people. Alright, that old person was helpful because I was in a foreign place, so he was able to emit helpfulness to some extent, and then he was kind of dragging me down and making me question things. So yeah, here you go. A whole fucking story. Alright? And I still respect that old man. He's the first and the last, and fucking God bless this man. Obviously, every single person is a real person deep down. They have history. They can share something with you, and you have to extract values and let them fucking go. All right, it's the only way we're gonna solve this. Is the only way we're gonna win the purge is by, talking to old people. Good luck, guys. All right, and 10 bonus minutes to just see whatever the fuck is going on here. When I was in UK, I had a feeling that we're gonna fight over, places to live. That this is gonna be a very mushy sort of thing, where we're gonna have to fight our self-esteem. Basically, money has no value anymore. We have to fight with self-esteem of where we're gonna live next. I had the vibe, and it's coming true, and it's honestly a very scary thing, but it's whole lot of fun. All right, it's a lot of fun as well, so you have to just let it happen. Again, zero energy requirement. We have to get that. Like, just build things somewhere else, away from me. Leave me alone. They're not gonna just walk. They're gonna fucking ruin everything. I'm just crawling here, like fucking building things here. Like, my entire room is gonna be unusable. I won't be able to make videos. Like, this is such a nonsense level. They're gonna be rebuilding all these things, and I'm just gonna be crippled as a person, in a way, because I'm now reliant on this thing just to keep my sanity alive. Like, I don't know how long that fucking takes. My mom fucking says, like, oh, there's gonna be no water as well for a long time. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? If you build a house, you have to make sure that it fucking functions forever and ever, bro. Instead of like, oh, let's rebuild it randomly. When people living in the house, in the homes, and where are we gonna go? All right, just simulating Ukraine all of a sudden. We're under attack by Russia and we have to leave somewhere, cuddle up with someone else. Well, what the fuck is this shit? And yet somehow people did that. It's a mystery now. Like, how did they do that? There are places that got renovated. So the question, how did that happen, bro? There's a lot of questions that I can't really answer because no one fucking talks. Alright, this video is not gonna fucking inform me fully of all these questions that I have, isn't it?
Pusės, ar ne? Ne tik administratoriai, bet ir rangovai ir
She looks like a fucking dick sucker. Just naming names, naming professions, basically. Of like, oh, that's how many dicks you've sucked. If you're too attractive and you start naming names in your fantasy world of like, I suck this person's dick, man, that is some next level shit, bro. Like, I'm suspicious, or I'm not saying, I'm not claiming, but the suspicion is something we can all talk about, alright? It's very easy. Yeah, I wish I could translate, but she's like, oh, so that's sort of a, work. It speeds up the renovation, dick suckery work. Like, the funny thing is, the reason why I'm suspicious is because she allows me to interpret her moves as like her brain has been rewired into a dick sucking move forever and ever. It's her strategy, her whole fucking move for the rest of her life. Who knows how she does it, but god damn it, it's a vibe. It's definitely a vibe. Please come, suck off a leader of a fucking demon world. Let's see how that works. Just don't lose teeth. Yeah. Let's change the format. Let's pull people in so they participate. In what participate? I have so many questions, man. But god damn it, the brain damaged people, they speak in such a fucking stupid language. It's unbelievable, bro. If they did just one strategy that is the dumbest thing ever, like, they look so fucking stupid. Please keep talking, alright? I feel like my dick is getting sucked. Except I don't know where's your Instagram profile. So to finish the business, you know? This seems like a interrogator type of vibe. We need conversations. We should shut. I'm not talking to you, all right, Boldy man. Bold people. Maybe we don't talk to those kind of people, all right. I don't know what you want. You want my hair, bro? God damn it. You want my hair? You want my chair? You want to be fair? Let's see how. Let's see all these things that you want. You're gonna put it on a list. We're gonna interrogate you instead for trying to interrogate me, and we'll see what the demons think about it. You know, of the things that you want from me, and all the suspicions that you see within me, and all the people that I might be protecting. Yeah, keep interrogating. Also, please look into the camera, right? She doesn't really want to look into the camera. She just wants to go into the fantasy world up in the clouds. This guy just wants to fucking, please tell me. I need some cashews, man. No problem. Gonna be a homeless person who's gonna try and scam people, and you can, live in your fantasy world as a prostitute. Easy, alright? Look, it's a 3-minute video, and I'm so entertained. Holy shit, bro. Every single person wants this result. What kind of result, man? They're just fluffing around. They're not actually talking facts here. It's just we're gonna be trained. We're gonna increase our competition, which is competency. What is competency? Do you know, guys, what competency is? I don't know, but it sounds like competitive skill, right? Ability to be competitive. Which is, in Europe, is just illegal. It's kind of illegal for countries to compete with each other. We're supposed to help each other out. We're not supposed to compete. So it's illegal, basically. Whatever they're increasing, whatever skill they want to train, it's literally illegal. Yeah. Just have warm houses. How is this gonna fucking warm my house, bro? I don't need warm house. No, bro. I can survive. Don't worry about it. I'm fine. If global warming is happening, then we're gonna survive very fucking easily. We don't need warm houses, bro. We need cooler houses. Alright, this doesn't look cool. This looks like a fucking, just a fancy box. It doesn't look cool. It doesn't do cool things. Alright? There's no, ventilation system or some bullshit like that. Which I wouldn't pay for anyways, because fuck it, I just click one button and there's a ventilation system that ventilates all this fucking smoke that comes from my neighbor's fucking place. Alright, it's easy. It's easy to do cool things when you just, do it yourself. How about that for a change? Or just build new houses and then we're gonna move to those fucking houses. It's just that easy. Alright, if we actually like them. Maybe we don't actually like them. Maybe we don't have enough money to move to a better house, to upgrade. Alright? You have to ask that question passively and not force people to do it. It's just that simple. Alright, let's see what this guy is vibing about. Was he an orc? An ogre? We need to do a lot of things, man. We need to eat a lot of human beings. Let's see if we hit the right vibe. Sorry guys, I attacked the wrong person. He only got 10 seconds of screen time. He could only say one sentence. I don't know. How is this fucking 3-minute video? Is this a music video or something? What the fuck is this shit, right? Why do you need to educate people in classrooms or whatever when you can do it with a fucking YouTube video? Just upload a 1-hour thing. Just film it. I don't know. But we're still dealing with old people, am I right? Who are creating more problems instead of solving things when the solution is so fucking obvious. We can educate everyone and we can allow people to talk to each other and come with way better conclusions if we have proper leadership, if we're not afraid, of, just quietly gathering into a cult. That's what you want to do, guys? Don't be afraid to manage society the way you want to manage. find friends and all that shit that support your opinions or whatever. And amplify your voice by uploading proper videos that educate people. Most importantly, educate people. When it's an educational video, in the comment section, people are going to be somewhat respectful. But here, you just see the 3-minute video and you feel like, oh, I have an opinion, guys. I have an opinion about this thing and that thing. It amplifies people's voices out of nowhere. And if they cannot express their voices, it amplifies aggression instead. So thank you, guys. Thank you, news media. It's very useful. They're just like, oh, we're organizing these classroom meetings, where we're going to educate you about this thing. And it's like, what is there to educate ourselves about in the first place? This is just the dumbest thing. It's a business idea, all right? You build houses. Either government builds houses in a way to, to spend money somewhere, all right? They have too much money. They have to spend it somewhere. Or they have to, or the businesses will build because there's a demand for houses. There's only 2 options for things to be created, all right? There's no such thing as force and, renewal of things that, seem old. You just gotta let those things die. It's just like, I'm wearing pants. Am I gonna renew my pants or am I gonna buy a new pair? Which is better option? I'm pretty sure I'm gonna just buy a new pair of pants. I can stitch things together when something tears. I can cut pieces off my pants, but eventually I will just throw them away, buy a new pair. It's just that simple. All right? And when everyone throws away a house, you rebuild it the way you fucking want. Nobody cares. Then nobody cares. It's an abandoned place. Think, how do abandoned places even exist? How do they come to existence, right? They come to existence because people left it there, and you can use it now. You can use that plot of land somehow. Make sure that legally it's possible and easy to do. And that's it. You have all the solutions in the universe. What education do you need? I'm sitting here, sub 30 years old, one person. I am fully educated on the subject. I didn't even need to go to that stupid fucking classroom. The only reason why I would have to go there is just to yell at people of how stupid they are. That's it. The only reason. Another threat that I did not think about is how long it's gonna last. They could just be assholes and be like, oh, oops, I don't like these people. We're just going to make it last forever. Or, oops, we just run out of something. Something happened, a purge happened, and we just half renovated the house. And there's just a lot of problems to solve anyways. Like, they could just fucking flip a middle finger. It's a threat. It's another threat that I have to just add into the pool of potential problems. Obviously, I don't want to think that way, but let's see what is the length of renovation of this garbage. All right, the other way around. The renovation is garbage. The houses, they don't need shit. All right, they don't need shit. If you can live in a house, we're just gonna upgrade. All right, but if we can't live in a house and get a proper job, we're not gonna upgrade. All right, we're not going to be able to move out, and it's a pretty good indication that something else is wrong and not zero emission problem. All right, that we're farting too much. Like, what the fuck? No, I need a better job. Give me a job. I will steal some jobs. This is too easy for me. I'm too skillful for that. But I want to receive an offer. For the first time in forever, just an offer out of nowhere. So someone to talk to directly. Now I'm very greedy when it comes to this offer. Just like, if I want a girlfriend right now, like, the girlfriend just has to jump on top of me. And it's like, well, I'll take that one. No problem. Literally has to jump on top of me. Because I will not respect just a random stranger anymore. I'm just way too high level to do that. Like, why should I care about some random good-looking stranger? right? No, I'm not going to care about you. You don't look like an opportunity that is going to give me 100% return on my investment. You know, now you lose investment when you approach people, when you do this pickup artistry. So the same goes with jobs. You lose investment of time if you just are looking for a job. You can look for a job indefinitely. You should just grab a job available on the table. Otherwise, the table is empty and everyone is hungry, basically. That's how it works, bro. It's just the easiest thing as well to understand. The table is empty. There's no jobs. There's nothing you can grab and do. You have to grab and do something immediately when you run out of things to do. Just how it works. But we're so organized, we have to be so educated, so highly educated. The requirement of grabbing something is now encased in the museum, basically. Oh, you can't touch that unless you have this and this and that, and that's this for those requirements. Fuck, I have a sledgehammer, bro. Is that a good requirement? Pretty sure that's good enough for a museum glass to just meet a force of sledgehammer. I think that's pretty good. All right, I think I can get a job now. And again, this is parallel. Because women are taking back their powers, it's parallel of how women treat us and how we get jobs. It's literally parallel sort of functionality. People can sort of force themselves by looking highly skilled, by looking well groomed and all that stuff, well dressed, well mannered. If they do all these things, they can sort of squeeze themselves into a job position that they don't like, you know, because you didn't test it, so they're just gonna screw you over anyways. And you have committed so fucking much that they will screw you over anyways. You know, so that's the point. That's how you get this parallel control of, like, women do the same fucking thing. They get you into a marriage, extract your resources, divorce you, get more half of your stuff, and good luck, bro. Good luck, brother. You like marriage so much? These people are now scammers, bro. Like, women are fucking wild and nasty because they have to compete with each other. Of whoever does things first will get a pretty good bite. I'm not gonna lie. That's usually the strategy, right? And you know, they well mannered just enough to kind of squeeze that shit out of themselves and just take those first bites and leave people hanging, basically, without self-esteem or anything. Because there's the dark side of, like, jobless people and sad people who are just lonely, like super lonely people. Like, this is unacceptable shit. It's next level propaganda because they're saying everyone's happy. We're all happy. Yeah, but the question is, like, why do you ask for money? It's the same thing. I said to my mom as well, like, I realized, shit, they asked for my money when I'm like, I did a crime. I pushed an old woman. And they asked me for my money. The first thing they did is like, that's money for the damages. Or you go to, you know, insane asylum. They didn't say specifically what's going to happen to me, because that's the fun part, not to say that thing, you know, because it's that fucking scary of how long they're going to keep you. They couldn't even tell me when the judge decided, because they can prolong the period indefinitely. You know, so it's like, whoa, what are we talking about? You have full control over everything, all right? You have so much control. Might as well give me a little bit of that, all right? Now we're gonna have to share, because now I see what the fuck is going on. I don't like this. I honestly don't like this, and the rest of the world will have to basically see it for themselves as well. We have to just fully expose what Europe has been scheming for so fucking long. Purge is completely acceptable right now. All right, completely acceptable behavior. We're not going to watch this. Let's keep it a mystery, all right? Oh, just, you know, some aspects. Oh, you cannot put it on a thumbnail? No? There's no answer, basically. We're just going to ask a question. You know, renovation, you can just say, what on average is the length? You could just say that on a fucking title. Alright? But you couldn't do that. You just created a mystery. So I'll just transcend this mystery to the heavens. Watch it for yourselves, guys. Learn my language. Good luck, my friends. No one cares, of course. But at least you know that no one cares. At least that. Anyway, see you guys. This is torture, bro. But not for me. Because I took the first bite, and I know how to deal with it, and everyone else will have to bear the consequences of very angry people. Good luck. You don't want to meet me in the streets, or you'll be banished. Bye.